Yeah, but usually.
Larry.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we just, once they've moved further in the house, we'll let more in. Colin. Dominic.
How you doing? I don't work here. I'm just stopping for stuff.
Like, I'm not sure what the...
But you still have to give me $5 to get in. It'll pay for the bowls.
Sewing thing in the box?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that? Yeah.
Hey, dude. How you doing, buddy? Good, good. How you doing?
Made in China. Brand new. Made in China, man. I don't think so.
How I know?
It looks brand new. Yeah, there's no vintageness to it. And plus,
How do I know?
Plus it's
I asked the Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah, you can just tell when looking at it. It's just, yeah, it's just so new. Too shiny.
Well, the size should be the tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Stuff upstairs, downstairs, in the cellar, all through the whole house. If it's a big item and it has a tag on it, just pull the tag off. That means it's yours. Okay.
What could you tell me about these? Rights for sewing?
For sewing.
Yeah.
All of this is sewing stuff.
What do you use them for though?
Well,
I saw these last week at another estate
yeah,
sale.
it's just like to edge something.
Yeah.
So
Just for edging?
yeah. Yeah, that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are sealed and are old. And there's a whole
yeah,
box of them for
yeah.
just 15 bucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
If you're gonna turn them around, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
You never know.
Yeah, I'll add them to the ones I got last week. Thank you.
Old POLYMAILERS usually go well. I don't.
Yeah, well, these two, do you see these ones here with the wood on the ends of them?
Yeah.
I find people like those as
Yeah,
opposed to the plastic
yeah,
ones.
because they don't make them like that
Right,
anymore.
and this is just 10 bucks, I think. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
She did so.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, all right. That thing's like brand new. You have to get rid of something else. You have to get rid of something.
That's my box, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right. Happens all the time.
I don't like
Yep. All right, not bad. Total cost of everything was $62. Welcome back, everyone, to Primetime Treasure Headquarters several months later. Sorry that it took so long for me to get that winter footage out to you, but better late than never, I suppose. Now, it looks like I'm getting ready to do a cooking show with you. Maybe I should start a channel like that. Could you imagine the kind of Mountain Dew and fast food recipes I would have available for that one? But anyway, you can see all these different types of bowls that I have here because when I walked into the garage, that was the first thing that I saw were all those wood bowls stacked up for $5. And I knew that that would be a good deal because when I was younger, I used to love eating out of these types of bowls. In fact, for some reason, and I don't know if this is just me or other people do this, I love to put pretzels and potato chips at the same time in these wood bowls. And that was the only thing that I would put in. Oh, once in a while, some cheese doodles. But if anyone else used these were more common in the 80s and 70s that people use these. If you had a favorite food you put in these bowls, let me know. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You know, I got these are actually mine. I bought these at an estate sale just to use for me because I don't have the ones from when I was younger. But look at this. There's a pretzel in here. Wow, this is probably from the estate sale. Now, this is probably about a year back, but no, pretzels last. I mean, they last a while. That's pretty good. They're pretty good. So anyway, I broke these out because there's actually different types. Now, there's different sizes. These are now the ones I actually got. There's a total of 8 of these types. This type of design you want to look for here. You see this? You could call it wood woven, or you could also call it parquet. I actually use both in my listing. And a parquet is when you have these geometric wood block shaped features. Famous type of parquet would be the Boston Celtics at the Boston Garden. They had the famous parquet wood floor. So people will search for that. I have all 8 of these bowls listed for $30. And as you can see, you know, some are darker like this, and then some are lighter. I like these lighter ones better myself, but I just mix them all together. Now, separate from that are these. And this is a different type of style. As you can see, there's no woven element in it like you had in this type of bowl. And if you flip it over, you could see on this one, you have a brand name, Ellinger's, whereas on this one, you don't. So for this, just use the physical features to describe it. But this type of bowl, it's called agatized wood. So what that means is that they used natural wood powders and resins in a compression molding to create this type of wood, which is supposed to last a lifetime. It's durable, it's lightweight, it's waterproof, and it could be used with hot and cold food items. These types of markings on them are common. That will not prevent most people from buying them. You could still mention it, of course, but you know, still, again, it's common. There's different numbers. This one says 60. The biggest one says 100, so you want to use that in your description. I only have 3 of them, so I have them listed for $22.50. But overall, for $5 for everything, good investment. Don't pass up on certain types of bowls. All right, now speaking of bowls, you might remember those multicolored Pyrex bowls that I showed you. I gave them the thumbs down. Now, not because they weren't valuable, they are valuable. Just like cast iron pans are valuable. Now, this is not the cast iron pan from that estate sale. It's a cast iron pan from a different estate sale. The reason I picked it up at a different estate sale and not at the one you just saw is because of price point. Same thing with those Pyrex bowls. He wanted $80 for them. Same thing with the Disney items. They were priced too high. Like, remember that whole set of Disney items that were priced at $7? Not worth it for that price. So you got to be careful. The thing with this type of estate sale, it was one in which things were priced at a level where it was a good deal if you're a collector or if you're buying it as a consumer for yourself. It's lower than where you're going to find elsewhere. However, if you're buying it to resell, there's not enough margin there, as they say on American Pickers, not enough meat on the bone once you factor in things like shipping and the time that it's going to take to pack some of these things. And that makes a good point, by the way, about cast iron pans. You do have to be very careful about packing them, even though they're really strong, because these handles can actually break off pretty easily if you don't pack properly. So you got to factor all that type of stuff in. So what you're looking for in these types of situations are things that can get passed up for various reasons. The wood bowls are a great example. A lot of people just look at that and think, it's just a bunch of worthless wood bowls. There's an opportunity. Another opportunity was all the twill tape, the rights that I showed you. Now, these are the ones I referenced in my prior video when I said there was another estate sale I had gone to where I found these, and so I just combined them into one lot, and we talked about comps for these and more about what these are used for edging and stuff in that prior video. So go check that one out. I'll put a link up top and you could see that. Another great example is untested electronics. So it's not like the estate sale dealer doesn't know that Pac-Man video game items are potentially valuable. Of course he knows that. But the reason why this was priced low is because it's untested. It's old, it's from Radio Shack, it didn't have the batteries. That's why I carry that little blue bag around with me that has batteries in them, all sorts of different types of batteries, because it gives me an advantage over other resellers who are there as well who don't have the batteries, and so they pass on it because they don't know if it works or not. They don't want to take the chance. So don't get me wrong, there's some types of old electronics you could pick up and sell for parts, but this would be one you really would want to work, and it does, as I showed you, so I have it listed right now for 45 bucks. Other examples, the beer hats. Now, I sold the Milwaukee's Best one for $35. I have this one listed for $35 as well, so not bad for $5 pickups. I mean, they probably just looked at this and said, this is just so weird. How do you price something like this? $5 a piece. I picked them up instantly. Anything weird like this at a low price point like that, I know I could flip it, especially anything that's alcohol related. Another great example I thought was this knife block. I love the vintage look to it, vintage wood items. Absolutely love them. I just took all the knives out and left them on the counter. So a lot of people won't think to do that. They get kind of fixated in their mind that, oh, it has the knives in it, I must keep it with the knives. You could separate things out. And I love the Dutch boy, so someone, you know, with the Dutch heritage would love something like this. So I have it priced for $35. Other examples were those thick pens. People with arthritis, for example, love those XXL pens. They're hard to find these days. So I sold those for two packs for $25. There was the Strasbourg tile. Someone who loves that particular train line, for example, want that. I sold that tile for, I think, like $17.50. And then there were some craft packs that I sold for like $20 a piece. So, you know, with those craft packs, you just got to look them up individually and see if they're ones that are desirable. So anyway, it just goes to show that even when things are priced like this, there's still ways to find things that are valuable that were overlooked for various reasons. And that kind of makes that kind of sale fun and challenging. All right, so I've got a little video clip coming up with Daisy and her pet chicken that she always runs in with. It's just so funny seeing her jump up onto the couch right by Mrs. Primetime's feet, which you will actually see as well as a bonus feature in just a moment. But before we get to that, make sure that you go into the description section and in the comment section of this video and check out Julie Davidson's eBay store. She has a cool store. It's called 9 Lives Emporium, and I promise you she has so many items in so many different categories. In fact, she even says her store has a little bit of everything in it. So go check it out. She's a great friend and a great member of the channel. So this is something I do for all of the members eventually as I get them into one of the videos, and every member will get featured in my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. If you are a member and have not sent me a link to your store, please do that. PrimetimeTreasure@gmail.com, no S at the end. And you don't even have to have a store. If it's just an account with no store, send me that as well, and I'll get you in there eventually. All right, so let's get to Daisy. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and also put in a comment. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Hey, chicken girl. Daisy, you got your chicken? You got your chicken again? Oh my God. Thing's almost as big as you.